space until some people get on. If some people get on this time around. Yesterday was pretty wild. I had a bunch of people in here that were like, I don't even know if, I don't think they were even subscribed to the channel, to be honest. They were just here. It was crazy. We weren't even talking about what the video was about, but I just went with it. So, see the title? Today we're going to be talking about basically comparing investing and then comparing gambling. And then the question is, are they the same thing? Is gambling the same as investing? And, you know, any gambling is risk taking, investing is risk taking. I think they meet at some point, and I think that you can have the same negative effects from investing, but I don't consider them to be the same thing, because you can actually get educated decision as far as investing. You can gather up information and knowledge and experience and skill and strategy and become very successful. But some argue that you can do the same with some aspects of gambling, and I beg to differ, because you don't really, there's no one that is really influencing the outcome of gambling. Is so, and it can't be really, you can't really trace the history of things occurring in the past with gambling to something that's occurring in the future. I mean, you can, but it's not something that you could literally, it's not a science. It's all randomization. It's all numbers. And so I think that's where it becomes an issue. So we don't have anybody in here yet. So I'm gonna just keep talking, and maybe somebody will join us. But yeah, with investing, you have an edge because you're able to study the market, and then you're able to, in certain investments, you're able to sell off in time, or you're able to mitigate. Like, for instance, real estate. You might purchase a home that may be a really situation where you might actually purchase a house that has a whole bunch of repairs that needs to, but you can offset the cost of those repairs by charging a higher price for the rent, or asking for a higher deposit. You can get tax credits, that type of stuff. Hello, we got somebody. I was just talking about, I was waiting for somebody to come in here because I was just talking to myself, but talking about gambling versus investing. And there's a lot of people that actually have the same problems when they invest. Like, they money in stocks, they run themselves in the red and they have no more money. So the same thing can happen in investing that can happen in gambling. But see, the thing is, if you're recovering from gambling, and let's say you're full, I don't think you should go back to gambling. But to say that invest would probably not be wise, because I mean, investing is the best thing that you can do in order to save your money and have your money work for you. It's just that you need to really be in control of your emotions and really go through a serious recovery, and make sure that you, I would say, probably have long-term investments, and investments that are not volatile, that's not going back and forth. Like cryptocurrency, that might not be the best thing, or at least not the crazy cryptocurrencies. Maybe like the cryptocurrencies that are like Bitcoin is pretty stable, Ethereum is pretty stable, like the stable coins. You want to stay away from volatile investments. Maybe even purchase home and renting out. That's stable. Mutual funds are stable. So if you have a gambling issue, you're in recovery, you want to invest, stick to stable investments like, gold and silver, commodities, mutual funds, that type of thing. I would think that would be the best thing for you, because otherwise, when you get into those volatile swing trading or day trading, that might resemble gambling way too much, and you might succumb to, losing everything. So that's what I would tell somebody. And so, it's a similar type of vibe, but with gambling, there is no book that can show you trends and when to get in and when to get out. You can't invest. When you're putting up a bet at the, You can't say, oh man, I'm going to lose or I'm losing. I want to sell some of my, I want to, I want to try to get back a portion of my, wager. You can't. Once you put money in a slot machine, it's gone. You can't. I put the money in a slot machine and I think I'm going to lose. Let me get back some of my money. You're not going to get back anything. Whereas with investing, you can try to make some of your money back. Like let's say you rent out a house and your tenant moves out. Well, you can find somebody else. You might lose, in a couple of over a short period of time, but you might be able to get some of your money back, So, oh, some of that gambling mentality is the best. Wow. I mean, I guess, if you got control of it, Miss Hanny, Ini, I pronounced that correctly. They say gambling mentality. It's good to be a taker in some instances in life, but you got to be careful that if you're talking about, risking money that you're not able to play, you're not able to afford. That's what gambling issue is. People that take money that they're really not supposed to be taking and they're risking it. Now, if you have to burn, hey, you can gamble all you want and it doesn't matter. If you have money to burn and you know when to stop, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But this channel is for people who have issues with gambling. Their whole life is turned upside down. They've lost everything. On the verge of losing their families. They're losing their jobs. It's affecting their whole life. These are people that have serious issues and it has to be dealt with. My question today is, for somebody that's dealing with a gambling issue and they want to invest, that actually might benefit them to just take their money and put it in a 401k or an IRA where it's not being touched and it's just being taken out of their check, every week or every 2 weeks, and it's just, they don't see it. That's not a bad deal. That's actually a good thing for them because the money is being taken from their check before they even, they don't touch it. And they look up in a year, they'll have money saved up. So, it's, investing is safer than gambling, and it's not exactly the same. They may be similar in some respects, but they for the most part are different. So I don't have anybody in here. People keep coming in and keep coming out, so I don't know, guys. I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer and see what happens, but if we don't get much action, I'll probably just end this soon. I probably got on too late. Yeah, I usually get on earlier than this, but this is a bad timing. So, yeah. Oh, we got somebody in here. Okay, so I was just about to get off because I was like, well, I don't want to talk to myself. So do you gamble? Are you a gambler, whoever's in here? How are you? Yeah, I was just sort of everything basically discussed, gambling versus investing. And there's at some point they both meet, but they're not really the same because you can actually study, investing and be able to see patterns and then be able to, invest your money and get on the trend and benefit. And you can, if you find yourself losing money, then you can, sell it and be able to still keep some of your money. Whereas with gambling, you're putting up a bet, the bet's gone. If you lose, that's it. There's no, oh, let me get some of my money back. It's done. Yep. So I might come back to visit this topic again because this is kind of a short little live, so yeah, I'm gonna end it here and that's it. Nobody's in here. Peace.